Okay, YouTube, this video is about how trans women are women and trans men are men. This is a pretty straightforward claim. Doesn't seem like there's a lot to dispute there, but obviously there are lots of people who feel otherwise. And they're going to call trans people delusional, freaks, perverts, whatever, and pretty much anything and everything that the medical community, the psychological community, trans community, the LGBT community says in support of trans identities is going to fall on deaf ears. So this video is not about convincing them. I really don't give a shit what people like that think. However, whenever I make a video talking about the cotton ceiling, people tend to get very defensive and start attacking me. And the cotton ceiling is about the idea that if you claim that trans women are women and that you respect their identities as such, but then you won't date them, whether you are another woman or a man, then clearly you actually don't view trans women as women. Now, if there is a specific trans person, whether that is somebody who is pre-op, somebody who is not fitting your kind of physical attraction kind of metrics, whatever, if there are specific trans people who you won't date, that's okay. But if you categorically exclude trans people, but want to claim that you otherwise think trans women are women, but you won't ever consider dating a trans woman when you date women, then obviously you can't possibly think that trans women are actually women. And that is all that the cotton ceiling is about. But opponents of trans identities, whether they are trans exclusionary radical feminists or TERFs, just sort of other second wave feminists or other people who just have anti-transgender biases, try to make this into something that it isn't. They say that people like me are arguing we're entitled to your affection. I don't give a shit about your affection. I don't need your affection. There are plenty of people who are more than happy, more than interested in dating me. This isn't about me having sour grapes over a limited dating pool or rejection or needing validation for my identity, because I don't. And all this is about is pointing out the inherent contradiction of saying trans women are women, but I would never date a trans woman. Which is, again, very different from saying you wouldn't date a specific trans person. And to make this really simple and easy to understand, if you were to say, I respect black people, but I would never date one, I think a lot of people would pause and ask, why not? And people would say, well, I just don't find them attractive, or whatever, and it's my right. Nobody is entitled to my affection, things like that. But if you unpack the question of, well, why don't you find black beautiful or attractive, the answer there is probably going to have some underlying biases that have something to do with the historical representation of black people in a white supremacist society. And to try to argue otherwise, that, oh, I just don't find them attractive, would be ignoring the fact that, they're probably, even if you're not consciously or overtly racist, you have absorbed a lot of these messages through society, even if that's just preferring white people over black people. And it is a similar story, obviously not identical. I would never claim to equate the sort of trans discrimination to racism, but it's similar. And if it doesn't work with another identity group, but you think it works with trans people, then whatever that belief is, it's probably wrong.